So the diet that causes you to fail is the one that you're unable to enjoy, and it's also the one that you're unable to sustain. And so when we look at the word diet as a verb, it means to restrict oneself to special kinds of foods or small amounts of foods in order to actually lose weight. And so the sad truth about diets and the amount of people that actually utilize them is that they fail in the long term. And so your nutritional plan needs to make sure that it encompasses something that we call the Fab Five. All right? So the Fab Five is crucially important. So the first thing that we're going to look at with the Fab Five is your total calories. So your total calories are basically looking at how many calories should you eat versus the amount of calories that you should burn. That is obviously the most important thing that we need to take into account because weight loss is a game of energy balance. The second thing that we need to take a look at are your macronutrients. So you have protein, carbs, and fats. All the ratios are going to be based off of your goals and your preferences. The third thing we want to take into account of the Fab Five is we want to make sure that 80% of your foods come from healthy, lean proteins, fruits, veggies, grains, healthy fats, and healthy carbs. And the other 20%, you can go and have fun as long as the total calories are in a good spot. The fourth thing is making sure that you have enough dietary fiber. And the fifth thing is making sure that we take into account any food intolerances or actual food allergies. So when you start thinking in terms of the Fab Five, you get away from like the next big thing that's promising you amazing results. I could think of keto right now as the big thing, or paleo before it, or Atkins before that. The biggest thing is that you get away from all these fads and you start to focus on what works specifically for your own goals, needs, and abilities. And so the end game with all of this is to find a nutritional plan that helps you accomplish three very important things. It helps you look your best, okay? It helps you feel your best, meaning it helps you look the way that you want to look, okay? So you're able to accomplish something aesthetically. It helps you feel the way that you want to feel. So do you have the energy to do you every day as a parent, as a spouse, as somebody who just enjoys working out? And it helps you perform the way that you want to perform, whether that's in the gym or maybe that's in a hobby that you have like golf or going on a bike ride, okay? So I feel like in a time and age where you're going to be hammered with more and more information, it's super tricky and it's very, very difficult to kind of filter through all the noise that's out there, especially on the internet, especially on Facebook, to be able to find what works specifically for you. And so, this is where having a coach is really going to help you out immensely. And so when we look at the 10 reasons as to why, having a coach is probably the best thing that you can do for yourself, we really start to understand that, there are things that we do or that we don't do that are going to determine our success. So the first thing that we really want to pay attention to is that, the chances are that you're not going to follow through with your goals. To actually get healthy. So this is a real statistics that 80% of the people who start a New Year's resolution break them, okay? And so if you've already broken your 2019 resolution, you don't wait for January 1st of 2020 to follow through on what you need to do for your health. You make the resolution every single day when you wake up to just make sure that you take small steps to be able to improve the things that are important to you. And so, a coach really is able to show you how to make small changes that are ultimately going to build up to a lifetime of good health. And I think that that's probably the most important thing that we can discuss. The second thing is that you don't understand why you've gained all this weight. So, over the years, you've gained a few extra pounds and you're not really eating any differently. So there are so many reasons as to why we need to make dietary changes. And the toughest part for these types of people is that, we really don't know where to start because what we've been doing previously isn't necessarily working anymore. So a coach is able to help you identify the easiest changes that you can make today that are going to make the biggest impact on your health moving forward. And again, this is a game of steps and incremental changes. It's not a game of overhauling everything over at night. All the studies and all the research show us that the people that make the gradual changes, they're successful over the course of the long term. The ones that make them fast, they're out of the game in a few weeks. So the other thing to look at is you have cravings that you don't know how to handle, so you just end up eating. Usually this comes from people that undereat. So really, you figure that you don't have any control over these cravings, so you just give in, every time, year after year. So coach is going to help you identify the actual cause of these cravings, and we'll be able to allow you or enable you to actually beat them. That way they don't kind of defeat you. And I think that that's a big one that keeps people stuck, is because they're usually eating not enough, or maybe they're eating enough but not in the right ratios for their particular body type. So they end up just binge eating, and they don't wonder why. They think it's something that's wrong with them when really it's just their approach. The fourth thing that we want to look at is the people that we can tend to be around sometimes, they're either overweight or they're unhealthy. So, if you're around people that, aren't aware of what good nutritional changes are needed, you might even be one of those people. I really think a coach can help you decipher the truth about what's healthy and what's not. Because just being able to, find something that's gluten-free, or maybe it's dairy-free because you read about it, that may not be the right that may not be the right choice for you. The fifth thing that we'll look at is you want to lose weight fast. So you're considering, what diet do I try, or what diet should I try? So here's the thing: strict diets, they usually do not work. So what happens is first people, severely restrict themselves, and then when they lose the actual weight, the diet ends. And what happens is they don't know how to eat on a normal daily basis. And so this is the biggest one that I see with people that yo-yo up and down, lose weight, gain weight. So a coach is really going to be able to teach you how to make healthy decisions one meal at a time. Now that could be different if you're in a diet versus whether or not being in one, okay? So the sixth thing that we want to look at is, and this is crucial for people that are over 40, is they don't have enough time for themselves. So if you're one of these people that don't have enough time for themselves, I get it, right? There's only so many, especially as a business owner, there's only so many hours in a day, and we simply don't have the time to devote ourselves for pampering or exercise or even to cook, right? That's why a lot of these meal delivery places are popping up. So a coach is going to help you empower yourself to finally take care of yourself. Because it doesn't require a lot of time, we just have to figure out a way that we can prioritize properly given the time that we actually have. The seventh thing is you're stressed out with family and work responsibilities. So this is another big one. If you suffer from stress or anxiety, a coach is going to teach you about the relationship between stress and chronic disease, and really how to reset your priorities and how to get your stress under control. Because I've seen stress and the inability to prioritize derail more people's goals than any amount of knowledge on nutrition and dieting. That's why it's an integral part of what we do with our clients at Catalyst Fitness. Number 8, your family needs to eat better, but you're not sure how to accomplish that with the time that you have. And so there are a ton of cookbooks, diet books, commercials, restaurants, and products labeled healthy on the market. We got to make sure that we improve your family and yours diet. And so the coach is there to basically help you kind of weed through the garden, clean it all up to make sure that we're actually focusing on and doing the right things that we need to do over the course of the long haul. So the 9th thing is you're confused about whether meat, protein, carbs, produce, GMO foods, you're confused on whether or not they're actually healthy. So every diet, it basically conflicts with every other diet. And so how can you tell what's actually healthy for you? And so this is where a coach comes in. So a health coach or a coach at Catalyst, they're going to help you determine what foods are actually healthy for you and what's going to work for you based off of your goals, your time, the amount of money that you have. All these things have to be taken into account when looking at this like a lifestyle, okay? The 10th and final thing is that, nothing's ever worked for you, so you continue to gain weight and you continue to have chronic health issues. So if you suffer from this whole black and white thinking, chances are you've given up because nothing you've tried has actually worked for you. Or if you're currently, you've currently gained a lot of weight, or you're currently suffering from health issues, that are blood sugar related, meaning you eat, you feel like absolute crap, high cholesterol, blood pressure being high, inflammation, arthritis, or any other health issue, right? You're able to improve your health quickly through food and nutrition. That is the fastest way to improve your health. I mean, that's why every doctor has a recommendation on something like this. So here's the thing, a coach, what they can help you do is they can kind of help you, navigate through the mountains of nutritional research to figure out what works for you and your health. Because again, all these little nuances, they can be traced back, and we can kind of figure out how we can improve them based off of the information that we have. So my challenge for you is this. I want you to do something healthy for yourself today, and I want you to talk to one of our health coaches. So here's the thing, your life and your health have the ability to improve, and it will if you start taking action. And the most important thing is that you're gonna look, feel, and perform your best. So, if you're ready to learn more about how to unlock the power of food to actually heal your body, prevent disease, and ultimately achieve optimal health, I want you to download our free ebook. It's called The 6 Pillars of Losing Weight and Keeping It Off for Life. I'm gonna put a link into this blog post here for you guys, and you could download it, go through it, and if you have any questions or you need any help, please reach out to us. That's what we're here for. Hope you have a phenomenal week, and go out and crush your goals.